it's right. I'm just saying, why not me? All my teachers were so unattractive, too. There's no way I would have slept with them.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And again, this is what they feel comfortable with broadcasting, putting the out there. Is there going to be a Libs of TikTok segment on this one? Huh? Matt Walsh, are you going to do a little, oh, there are groomers amongst us segment to call this kind of out? No? No, you're all going to sign off on it? You're all just going to be completely fine with this aspect and this rationale that pedophilia is apparently completely fine if the victim is a young boy? That it should be acceptable? That these are like teachers of the year? Like, disgusting. You may have heard of PDF con theory. I'm obviously choosing my words carefully right now because you don't want to be demonetized off every corner of the internet, but you may have heard and been seeing and witnessing this phenomenon that is happening very, very often. One in which a lot of people, Republicans, right-wingers, Christian nationalists, Christian extremists, fascists, neo-Nazis, they're constantly vilifying and going after LGBTQ plus people, calling them pedophiles, pedo-jacketing them, accusing them of pedophilia and grooming simply for existing. And then it turns out these same individuals happen to have a lot of skeletons in the closet. So while they are obsessed with policing the sex lives of other people, they are also doing the very things that they are accusing others of doing.
And it creates this chemical. It's the most popular chemical that's used to make your skin look amazing, to make you, it gives you an LSD effect, and to see that this is what everybody's doing, and then seeing the success that came from it and manifesting, I felt like I was like wrong to like just be around it. And now it's
wait, what? Sorry, what? Wrong to be around it? This is the MAGA rapper dude. What? So sorry, you are accusing a group of people of drinking the blood of children and using it to get adrenochrome, which, by the way, that's not where that would come from. You'd have to be, like, I guess, chewing on adrenal glands or something. And then, in addition, that has given them, like, super pedophile powers. Am I hearing this right?
Hurting children, and they're drinking the blood of children. They're extracting an adrenochrome. These rituals are not just to be a pedophile. It's actually a whole ritual where they actually extract the blood while the child is scared. And it creates this chemical. It's the most popular chemical that's used to make your skin look amazing, to make you, it gives you an LSD effect, and to see that this is what.
And see, like, one of the big problems with all of the right doing this weird ass shit is that, like, the only people who are really benefiting from all of this fucking running cover of pedophiles is fucking pedophiles. Because, like, the actual child abusers, the actual PDF files, they're offending, and then meanwhile people are distracted looking for fucking Wayfair cabinets, Balenciaga ads, finding coded messages, looking to find, should we test it for the adrenochrome we need to know?
Everybody's doing, and then seeing the success that came from it and manifesting, I felt like I was like wrong to like just be around it, and now it's hurting.
Wrong to be, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're both accusing people of drinking child's blood and saying that you were hanging out with them at the time. Like, what the ever-loving fuck? Also, there's this whole thing right now. You can see it started with Target and stuff like that, obviously, but and wokeness, we feel so marginalized and oppressed, and fucking how precious is your lives? That rainbows are oppression to you. Yeah, unbelievably precious your life has been. If you feel that rainbows are somehow oppression, that you have to be calling out that this is like, oh no, the pronouns, rainbows, refracted light. We must end this, end the wokeness. Too much wokeness. So, the rights crusade against LGBTQ+ corporate Pride Month campaigns. Let's look at some of these. State Farm in May 2022, a right-wing consumer advocacy group released emails showing State Farm's participation in a nonprofit organization that provides trans-inclusive books to schools in Florida. The violently anti-trans social media outlet Libs of TikTok amplified the campaign against State Farm. A conservative outlet, the Washington Examiner, accused State Farm of encouraging its agents in Florida to donate books promoting transgenderism to 5-year-olds. M&M's. In early 2023, M&M's came under fire from the right-wing media for making changes to their spokes candies with the intent to make the mascots more inclusive. Former Fox host Tucker Carlson took to his show to criticize the changes made for the mascots, and other Fox News hosts followed suit, calling the changes virtue signaling gone wrong. Carlson famously had on-air meltdowns about the changes to the mascots, slamming them for being less sexy, and the American First Policy Institute ambassador Nick Adams berated the changes as nuclear strikes in the war on men. You heard that right. Nuclear strikes on the war on men. Now, Naturally, I do want to just laugh at this for being as silly and absurd as it is, which it is, silly, absurd, and like this is foolishness of the highest order. If fucking Tucker Carlson is melting down over how fucking unfuckable Candy is, and yeah, it's pretty wild to see. At the same time, this is playing deeply into this entire ethos that the right is very, very big on protecting, and that is traditionalism and upholding the structure of patriarchy. They're obsessed with it. All of this plays into it. I know a lot of them have this weird confusion when you say like yes, LGBTQ plus includes both people's sexualities as well as people's desires as well as people's gender identity as well. Yes, but it's a big tell that all of you, the right wing, the fash, the Christian nationalists, the far right, are all obsessing over trans women. Do you not understand this? Like, do you not see this for what it is? Like, this is once again your misogyny playing out. It's just like you feel like you found this new little trick. You know, it's like, oh, neat! I've got a new toy that I can play with. I get to be a feminist for the first time. I get to play feminist. Yeah, so I care deeply about a lot of women's issues, insofar that I want to control them. I want to control women. I want to control what women do. And so I now want to insert myself into the conversation, and I want to put myself into such a position where I can make sure that we'll see, this is about keeping women's spaces safe and sacred. Yes. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm a feminist, you see. Look at me LARPing around as a feminist for the first time. The Lego group announced that it would create minifigures representing people with disabilities, different skin tones, and diverse characteristics. God, including pivoting some existing product lines to feature characters with LGBTQ plus identities and mental health conditions. Fox News and other right-wing outlets quickly criticized the toy maker for, quote, going woke. How dare you? How dare you? Different skin tones? No! No, white Legos only. So, again, you can see the cross between white supremacy and upholding patriarchy at play as well. I mean, this is just, you can see it manifesting in what they do, right? They're very, very, like, they're the writing's on the wall for a lot of this shit. And that's why it all plays deeply into this idea that, hey, they're obsessed with policing and controlling the sexuality and sex lives of other people. They're so obsessed with it to such a degree that they're willing to commit acts of violence. And they're not even sure sometimes, I think, how deep they've gone down the rabbit hole. Like, when you see people who are willing to, again, to completely destroy their lives, Kremlin, completely get divorced as fuck, Steven Crowder, because a lot of people around them are like, this is kind of weird though. Like, I think this is less about triggering the libs and getting the lefty tears than it is of you playing out your weird sexual fantasies and fetishes. Like, why is Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh selling diaper fetish baby dolls to children? That's very strange. It kind of seems like the thing that they would call out for, say, grooming, groomer behavior, that kind of stuff, grooming kids. That's kind of usually what their angle is on these things. Like, Steven Crowder, why are you getting your staff to do uncomfortable things? Why are you exposing yourself to your staff? Why are you putting your genitals on fellow staff members? Why are you making staff members do drag performances and then film them fondling your genitals? This is a real segment that happens. Steven Crowder has a video where he dresses up in drag, makes out multiple times with an employee, and that employee grabs his crotch and masturbates him like on camera, in public, in fucking public. The very activities that apparently, again, they would call out as grooming, as groomers doing grooming shit. Transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney shared a sponsored post with Bud Light, resulting in an intense boycott campaign against Bud Light and other Anheuser-Busch products. Some right-wing figures, including Kid Rock, posted videos of themselves destroying cans of Bud Light in protest. Not just destroying them, like people going and like fucking Busch Light caught a bunch of strays when people thought that was apparently the trans beer as well, and started fucking like just destroying cans, fucking getting a fucking record over shitty beer, over different shitty beers. That's what you're willing to do? Like, this shit isn't normal. You gotta see how extreme things are getting. Why are you so obsessed and why are you losing your mind over fucking Dylan Mulvaney for doing one social media post and you're willing to do this? Like, fucking throw Bud Light cans at fucking other human beings and potentially fucking injure them? What? Shitty beer? Mulvaney was also unveiled in a partnership with Nike. Mulvaney posted a video on Instagram advertising the brand's leggings and sports bras. Right-wing commentators, social media figures, including Olympic sports athletes Sharon Davies and Caitlyn Jenner, condemned the partnership soon after the Burn Bra Challenge started on TikTok in protest. Nike responded to the hate directed at Mulvaney through an Instagram comment, which read in part, "Be kind, be inclusive, encourage each other." Jack Daniels went woke. Sports Illustrated went woke. The LA Dodgers went woke. This one, they then unwoked and then rewoked. Adidas went woke. Target went woke. We all know about that one. That's going on right now. Walmart went woke. The North Face. Hey, by the way, this is corporations doing what's called rainbow washing. They don't actually have a lot of interest in standing up for the queer community. You can tell because as soon as it's not as profitable as it is dangerous to start being a little bit gay, because yeah, this is the reality of people who are, especially people who are open and proud and visibly LGBTQ+, it is dangerous. It is scary. It is certainly very frightening. And then when you see this culture war shit play out where people are now calling in multiple bomb threats and death threats to Target stores, to fucking Target stores, because they listen to this fucking weird ass rhetoric all day from the right. They're all being told on one end, it's like, by the way, you can't have a healthy sexual relationship. You cannot have a healthy sexual relationship with yourself. If you do, in any way, shape, or form, then you're deviant, you're disgusting and depraved. By the way, we also have to tell you that the very people that you may be attracted to, very, very attracted to, they're deviant and depraved. So you now have to go and attack them. Go attack them all. Yes, we're going to keep on saying this. We're going to keep doing segments and watch what happens. Because yeah, people are doing violence. This is the terrorism is working for sure. Target shouldn't have to worry about their employees getting death threats and bomb threats, and the employees shouldn't have to bear the brunt of the fucking the cowardice of these corporations when they do rainbow washing. Like, that's honestly what happens. It's so neat and convenient to be gay in the past because it was a little bit safer, and now because fascists are straight up doing terrorism in the open, and again, a lot of them being just fucking sexually frustrated and violent, and now that's playing out in the real world. And again, it's amazing how so many of these aspects are like all connected. Like the traditionalism, the connections between white supremacy, the connection between white supremacy and patriarchy, the connections between white supremacy and patriarchy, and again, these Christian nationalist movements that are largely funneling a lot of this shit globally, a lot of the fucking far right nationalist marches, and the obsession that people seem to have in a lot of different ways, playing out in very unhealthy ways.
Speaking as we must, and as we will for the next, I was going to say 30 days, it's probably going to be the next 30 years, about transgenderism. Another company has gone super duper gay. Not just Bud Light, not just Ford.
Speaking of super duper gay, Michael Knowles, it's kind of unusual that you were playing so frequently a gay character in a lot of shit, music videos even. Holding hands with dudes, you know, you were a gay predator in another production. Student film, that one is pretty you were a drag performer as well. You've done drag performances too, so you know there are some times when methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Not just, what was the earlier company today, Target, even that very finest, most cherished brand of suburban white girls in the mid-2000s, North Face, has gone trans.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out.
Face is working on me. The rainbow washing has begun. I'm now going to buy and consume more North Face products. Yes, it's happened. The gayification.
Nature with us! Wow, this is nice. We like to call this little tour the Summer of Pride. This tour has everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbians making art.
Lesbians making art? God damn. Be still, my queer heart. I can't resist this. It's true. It's very effective advertising on me. I do actually want to buy, and it's not even a bit, I want to buy some more North Face products now.
Last year, we gay saw shade across the
rainbow
nation
washing is
celebrating
washing
Pride.
over me.
Across the nation, with hundreds of you. Across the nation. This year, we're back again with 2 new stops. Atlanta, GA. Why? Because you're there. In Salt Lake City, we're coming for you.
Hi, here we go.
Of course. This year, all these fabulous speakers.
Holy shit. Laying out in real time. I told ya. The writing seems to be on the wall for a lot of this shit. It's not normal. It's definitely not. It's very weird. It's very weird. And like, you just, over time, you just start to see it happen time and time again where it's like, Gravity, sickness. I need to watch more of these depraved individuals to truly understand how disgusting they are.
Will be coming from inside this TV to a nature near you. So come outside and celebrate the beautiful LGHGTV community.
Oh, he liked that part. Oh, you the little smile. Little Michael, little smile. Little fashy smile right there.
That's pretty gay.
So there's no way this is real, is it? This can't be real.
It is, yes.
The fact that I don't know, I guess, tells you a lot about where our culture is. This is a very highly produced ad, though.
Highly produced.
And the guy who's dressed up like a girl, he has a mustache. I love that last line there. It gets to what we were talking about with Jim Banks. He says, we got to celebrate this beautiful community.
It is
and
beautiful.
This is what animates so much of the LGBT activism, is an inversion of beauty.
I was like, where is he going with this? Ah, okay. There it is. There it is. Discussing anti-LGBTQ plus attacks on Target, CNN contributor Jonah Goldberg tries to legitimize worries about the so-called, quote, trans issues.
Thank you so much. Let's discuss.
Wait, actually, I want to show you the Gutfeld thing first, because that one is absolutely fucking so wild. It really goes to the heart of this entire fucking theory, by the way. Let's just say more fact than theory. So, Fox News host Greg Gutfeld, who has had a fucking shit ton of anti-LGBTQ plus takes, jokes, whatever you want to say, fucking doing the same fucking right-wing circuits, you know, slandering LGBTQ plus people as being groomers and pedophiles, all that kind of shit, apparently is super, super down with a pedophile. Not only is super down with a pedophile, but wishes to have sexual encounters with a pedophile. I kid you not. On fucking camera, admitting to all of this.
Come on. 16-year-old guy would have died for that.
Sorry.
A story in 5 words. Another hot teacher bangs student. Kat, this is happening now at alarming.
A pedophile raped a kid. Pedophile raped a kid. That's what happened there. Yeah. See, why does this also keep happening? This is another one. Fucking take your pick on this one. Jeremy of the Quartering, for example, Tucker Carlson. People who suddenly, when there's a pedophile or a story about a pedophile, are like, oh wait, sorry, it was a woman. Oh no, that's hot. No, that's hot. Yeah, no, if it's a lady, it's not pedophilia. It's just super sexy and hot and based. Yeah, totally cool. So we should be so lucky. The dream makers.
Alarming.
Why are you going to me first?
Because
You're never going to me first.
All right, because okay, this 38-year-old math teacher in California was once named Teacher of the Year.
Child rapist. That's what she is. She raped kids. Can't consent to the sex. So yeah, child rapist.
And I support that. Was arrested and booked into jail for allegedly having sex with a 16-year-old male student. She's posted bail, but this is what bothers me. Why
The fact that she had sex with a student?
No, that she went to jail for it.
This wasn't like 6 years ago. This was yesterday. So this isn't like a really old clip, you know, that got dug up to be like, oh well, yes, a controversial figure for sure. Greg Gutfeld, one of the so-called comedians of the Fox News Network, apparently is completely fine with pedophilia, and in fact has sexual urges towards a pedophile. No, this is right now. You can't even do that one on this one. So this is fucking what they feel comfortable broadcasting. This is a segment on fucking his show.
I'm sorry. Come on. 16-year-old guy would have died for that.
Yep.
I am vehemently against banging kids.
Didn't think it would have to be said out loud. I mean, you can't even go now at this point to be like, oh, the whole thing's kind of a joke and a bit. You don't get it. See, I thought it was really funny if I made all the jokes about the child rape and stuff like that. I thought it was going to be hilarious. I just thought, you know, going into it. Yeah. So you had someone who properly called you out.
Okay. This is why, okay, can we live in the real world?
I can't believe how many times I've had to say that just sitting in this chair.
No, let's live.
Why are you all laughing? Why, so the audience is also laughing at the entire prospect of what's going down here. So right-wing audiences, when someone is talking about someone who has raped a child and then saying that they want to have sexual encounters, that they wish that that could have been them being raped.
In the real world,
Actually,
Kat.
I've never had to say it any other time.
A 16-year-old boy. Okay, 16-year-old boy with like a hot teacher. I mean, what was the Van Halen?
And again, exact same thing that people like Tucker Carlson and Jeremy have been on camera saying, justifying that, like, you know, for Tucker Carlson, it was a lap dance that a teacher had done on a young child and him defending it and being like, oh, yeah, no, I think that's hot. You just don't understand. You trust me, you'd get it. And with Jeremy talking about Asia Argento and what she had done and her grooming and pedophilia and being like, oh, well, yeah, but like she's so hot. I mean, is it really the same thing? You know, I don't think so.
Halen song, Hot for Teacher. Yeah. That was written about this. It wasn't written about, hey, let's have a responsible relationship with someone close to my age.
Do you see the fucking headline here, by the way? Look at this. Teacher of the year, teacher, and he already said, like, he agrees with that.
Responsible relationship with someone close to my age.
Yeah. The right response. The right response. I too would kind of be like, why the fuck are you? Where am I? Why is this the fucking pedophile show? As Fox News? Just are you all signing off on this segment? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yes, no, it's wrong to fuck kids.
Although, yeah. All right. Peter, you're a professor. You deal with, I think you've dealt with topics in a way like this. Am I right to say that it is an unfair comparison to do the female to male teacher, like a male teacher, 38-year-old, creepy?
What the fuck? Like, why are you trying to apply a double standard for pedophiles? Like, unless you're okay with pedophilia, because that's the only way, that's the only trajectory this course of fucking thinking can end.
Female heroic.
Yeah, well, unless of
course. And just like listen to the laughter. This is a whole room of people. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
You're disgusting.
I agree. It's absolutely disgusting. It's wild to see play out. And again, this is coming from the fucking people who spend all day vilifying LGBTQ plus folks as groomers and pedophiles. Meanwhile, this is just openly laughing, fucking thinking that this is amazing. And they're talking about, again, someone who raped a kid.
Would you be okay with it if she self-identified as 16?
Yeah.
No.
So you had to throw the one joke into the segment. Had we gone too long? Is this too long? Because, like, I guess the only jokes prior to that are all the pedo jokes. So once the pedo jokes ran out, then you're moving on to, I identify as funny.
But what do you? There is a difference.
No, I think it's borne out that there is a difference between. Look, I'm not advocating, unlike you. No, I'm not advocating that.
So you got to give a little disclaimer to what you're saying. So what's the difference, Peter? Tell me. What's the difference? Why is it okay to you? This also plays deep into sexism, by the way. This whole dynamic that women are like, and take it all the way back to fucking traditionalism here, that women are not supposed to either enjoy sex or women are not supposed to experience sexual pleasure or stuff like that. But then it's totally fine for men. Oh yes, well, men are men, and, you know, boys will be boys. So it's just the only way. Like, sexual abuse is sexual abuse. It doesn't matter. It's a fucking horrifying thing that there's the sexual abuse of young boys that should not be fucking normalized. Call that shit out. Call out fucking pedophiles. Don't frame this whole thing like fucking, you know, the New York Post loves to do, like, yet another gorgeous dream maker, you know, has sex with a young boy, blah, blah, blah. The fucking child rapist raped a child. That's what this headline should read.
Teachers sleep with their students, particularly if they're 16, 17, 18. But I do think that there's a fundamental difference between whether it's a man and a woman, a male and a female. But we live in a society now where we're constantly told that men and women have to be equal in everything. They're cognitively.
This is the fucking... we're doing the whole, like, all right, we have to just talk about traditional gender roles, okay? And so just based on traditional gender roles, so yeah, we're going to defend pedophilia. But because of traditional gender roles. Don't you get it? It's just, come on.
equal, emotionally equal, equal in strength for sports, and I just don't think that's borne out by the evidence. But that doesn't make it morally acceptable. It just means that there are differences.
Yeah.
Between
The goddamn pretzels I gotta do to justify the pedophilia here.
men sleeping with women and women sleeping with men. The other thing is, if it's an old
What are the fundamental differences? Consensual sex should be consensual sex. You shouldn't be having sex with fucking kids. Yeah, is that a controversial take now on the fucking right?
older man sleeping with a younger woman, people look at that different than an older woman sleeping with a younger man.
No, that's true. That's true. We live.
They shouldn't. That's a problem. Can we identify that as a problem? We should stop doing that if that's what's being done. This is like a really gross ass practice, and it's very serious and can have detrimental consequences. Like, there's never a fucking New York Post article about the fucking trauma that young boys experience and the PTSD they have later in life and all the fucked up shit that can happen to them as an adult being sexually assaulted. There's no New York Post article about that, but oh, look at this, yet another hot teacher has sex with a child. It's a fucking headline.
In a very strange society, Aaron. What are you going to say?
I agree with Kat. Like, you shouldn't.
This is, by the way, the problem with the fucking all these far right fascists having all these disgustingly unhealthy relationships with sexuality, because it leads to stuff like this. It can lead to child abuse. It can lead to people who are trying to justify child abuse. This is like a panel on a comedy show where they're now trying to justify pedophilia and being like, well, I mean, come on, teacher of the year, I say.
The idea that a teacher is sleeping with such a young student is just wholly inappropriate.
I don't condone it. I just envy it. I'm not.
Like, you realize that sentence you just made? Even if you want to say this is a joke, you're saying out loud, like, I don't condone child rape. I wish I was raped as a child, though. That's the sentence that you're saying.
I'm saying it's right. I'm just saying, why not me? All my teachers were so unattractive, too. There's no way I would have slept with him.
Fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And again, this is what they feel comfortable with broadcasting, putting this shit out there. Is there going to be a Libs of TikTok segment on this one? Huh? Matt Walsh, are you going to do a little, oh, there are groomers amongst us segment to call this kind of shit out? No? No, you're all going to sign off on it? You're all just going to be completely fine with this aspect and this rationale that pedophilia is apparently completely fine if the victim is a young boy? That it should be acceptable? That fucking these are like teachers of the year? Like fucking disgusting. Absolutely reprehensible. And you know, people keep thinking that it's all just like a bit, for example, to go after the Daily Wire shop. Like if you go to the Daily Wire shop right now, the front page, boom, is the Sweet Baby, which is again a product that they are selling for children. The Sweet Baby plushie is a perfect statement piece for your home, for your kids to play with, or to give as a gift to friends, family, and random pedestrians. Have a walrus. Like, this is the kind of shit that right away, Matt Walsh, can you imagine if Dylan Mulvaney was selling a baby Dylan Mulvaney doll in a diaper? Could you imagine what the fucking right-wing cycle would be on that? Like the non-stop fucking noise. And by the way, just they're always going off about all this like diaper fetish shit, trying to be like, oh, look at the diaper fetish video, and now we're gonna try and associate it with the LGBTQ plus community. Those are straight people. You're showing straight people. Do you not understand that? This is straight people who have a diaper fetish. Look, I'm not here to kink shame anybody, but it really does seem like y'all have a diaper fetish. Why do you want fucking people to hold Matt Walsh in a diaper in their hands? What the fuck? And why are you trying to profit off it? And they're also selling candles, by the way. They're selling fucking candles so you can smell the Sweet Baby gang in your house. Yes, I kid you not. The very same shit that they would have fucking lost their minds over. Absolutely lost their minds over if Dylan Mulvaney was doing any of this. You know? If Dylan Mulvaney was selling Dylan Mulvaney Sweet Baby candles to smell Dylan Mulvaney inside your home. Like, holy shit, you would never hear the end of that fucking stuff. And like posting this, seeing the amount of people who are trying to defend the diaper baby fetish dolls being sold to kids, and the pretzels they have to twist themselves in, like, oh, you don't understand, this is harmless, Matt Walsh doesn't mean to harm anybody. Oh, you don't understand, Matt Walsh isn't a pedophile, so this isn't technically the same thing. Oh, you don't understand, Matt Walsh. Holy fuck. So you believe in nothing. You all believe in nothing. You just want to hate queer folk. That's what this has always been about. Yeah, you don't want to protect the kids. You don't want to protect the kids. You just want to attack the queers. That's always has been. Always has been. You've got a lot of really fucking unhealthy relationships with sexuality that you all need to work out on your own time and stop going after the rest of us. That's the thing, you know? Leave us the fuck out of this. Leave us the fuck out of the conversation. Like, fucking sort yourself. This is such a you problem. This whole thing from the ground on up, reinforcing and playing itself out in the weirdest fucking ways, is a you thing. All of it. Took a while to find, but Ethan Schmidt attacked a target. Oh yeah, I know. We already talked about this one. He's yet another in the long list of fucking people who've been exposed. We did this like a couple days ago. Exposed as being fucking closeted, and not having a healthy relationship, once again, to their own sexuality, wanting to be showered in man milk, wanting to take baths in man milk, wanting to have fucking Costco-sized fucking expansion packs of just, you know, jugs and jugs of fucking man milk. And that's you. And if you only had a fucking healthy relationship to your own sexuality, you wouldn't be doing all this really fucked up shit, like saying you have to hunt down trans people and stuff like that. Well, I think you would just be happier being able to live your best life, and just enjoying consuming endless volumes of man milk. Yeah, that's it. Playing themselves out. Grooming through merch, to use their logic. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That 100% what Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro are doing, if it was done by anyone, even if they're not in the LGBTQ+, if they were like a liberal or an ally or something like that, or someone who has been like, well, I don't actually agree with their takes, they would lose their ever-loving minds over that shit. You would never hear the end of the cycle of the fucking, like, honestly, Dylan Mulvaney should put out one of those like dolls just to see the right-wing response and how fucking hypocritical they would be instantaneously. It would be like, you would never hear the fucking end of it. It would be non-stop fucking blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, how the fuck? Look at the grooming and the pedophilia. Look at the pedophilia. Look at the pedophiles. I saw a video of the Sweet Baby Gang fans, and many of them appear to be closet cases. Really? Like, it's so creepy. It's so like that you want to sell a Matt Walsh in a diaper doll to kids and profit off that. And then when people are like, this is really weird, like, they haven't responded. There's been no response from Ben Shapiro, no response from Matt Walsh. They haven't denied the diaper fetish shit. They're just like running with it. And like the best thing that I've seen coming from right wingers is that they think that this is all a bit. They're just like, oh, Lance, the failed memes, the failed memes. They're the ones selling this shit. They're the ones profiting off the fucking diaper fetish dolls for kids. That's you guys. That's your camp. You're the ones who do this. So what the fuck? You believe in nothing. You believe in absolute nothing. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
Thank you kindly to our Lord and Saviors Peyton L. Just and Xander Corvus. Without you, we are nothing. And now, a shout out to our Knights of the Square Table. Amazing Flesh, Anna Loves Riley, Adrian McCarthy, DM Rivera, Doug Cady, Everything Important, Hegbard Celine, Izzy Solidarity, La Media Panza, Matthew Scarborough, Multimondi, Nettle, Omni, Peanut Butter Blonde, Political Papi, Quiet 185, Rachel K, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Kubi, Cernicus, Spinach Monster, Stellar Vision, Sebastian Dimmel, Thomas, Trevbot EXE, Lucidry, Words Greenwood, Cheryl Alvarez, Tony Perkins, Thomas, O'Pecker, Travis McClinton, and Victoria Bell. Thank you so much. And a huge shout out to all the other people who make this entire show possible. Without you, it would not exist. If you can support us, please go to patreon.com/theserfs, and even $1 can help unlock all of the little goodies and help make this show entirely possible.